On October 9, 2023, Amanda Williams, a beloved hairstylist from Warrensville Heights, Ohio, was tragically shot dead just moments after accepting a marriage proposal from her fiancé, Terrell Edwards. What was meant to be a celebration of love quickly turned into a horrifying crime. Terrell's chilling actions would leave her family, friends, and the entire community stunned. How could someone she loved end her life in such a brutal way? And what led to this senseless tragedy? Watch till the end to uncover the dark truth behind Amanda's death, the investigation that followed, and the life that was stolen far too soon. Amanda Williams wasn't just a hairstylist, she was a community pillar known for her kindness and dedication. Born on April 18, 1977, in Cleveland, Ohio, Amanda's career as a hairstylist was her true passion, where she made clients feel their best, often becoming a confidant and friend. She built her reputation through hard work and compassion, offering more than just haircuts. She gave life advice, comfort, and joy, especially on weddings. A loving mother and grandmother, Amanda cherished her family above all. But behind her bright smile, there was a darker side to her life no one expected. Amanda met Terrell Edwards a few years before her tragic death. At first, their relationship appeared perfect. Terrell was affectionate, caring, and seemed like the ideal partner. They shared their happy moments on social media, and everything seemed to be falling into place. However, as time went on, subtle warning signs began to emerge. Terrell's protectiveness turned into possessiveness, and Amanda started feeling conflicted. She confided in friends about feeling trapped, but never mentioned physical abuse. The love she once felt for Terrell started to be overshadowed by growing discomfort, though no one could have predicted that these issues would eventually lead to something so deadly. On October 9, 2023, Terrell Edwards planned a proposal that he thought would be the happiest moment of their lives. He invited Amanda to their home in Warrensville Heights, setting up a romantic surprise. Surrounded by friends and family, Terrell dropped to one knee and asked Amanda to marry him. Overcome with emotion, Amanda said, "Yes," and the crowd cheered. The excitement of the moment quickly shifted, though, when something went terribly wrong. According to police reports, the couple retreated into a private area of the home shortly after the proposal, and moments later, Terrell made a 911 call reporting that he had just killed Amanda. What happened in those brief moments between the proposal and the shooting remains unclear, but it's believed that tensions boiled over and the situation escalated into violence. The details of the attack are chilling. Amanda was shot multiple times. Despite the best efforts of paramedics, she was pronounced dead at the hospital. The suddenness of the act left everyone in shock. A proposal meant to bring two people together ended in one of the most tragic and senseless deaths imaginable. The moments after Amanda's death were filled with confusion and chaos. Terrell Edwards placed a 911 call from the scene, claiming that he shot Amanda in self-defense. He told authorities that Amanda had lunged at him with a knife, prompting him to shoot her. However, there were no signs of a knife found at the scene, and investigators quickly began to question Terrell's version of events. The physical evidence didn't match his story, and the police began to piece together the grim reality of what had occurred. Terrell's actions were not in self-defense. They were a cold, calculated decision to end Amanda's life. This was no accident. It was the culmination of months, maybe even years, of escalating control and abuse that Amanda had been too afraid to fully confront. Terrell, who had once been seen as the loving fiancé, was now the primary suspect in her death. As the investigation continued, authorities uncovered troubling details about his behavior in the weeks leading up to the crime. In the wake of Amanda's murder, law enforcement began their investigation into the events leading up to her death. They uncovered disturbing evidence about Terrell's control over Amanda and the volatile nature of their relationship. Friends and family members testified about Terrell's possessiveness and how it had worsened over time. Terrell was arrested and charged with multiple counts, including aggravated murder, felonious assault, and domestic violence. His defense team claimed that Amanda had attacked him with a knife, but the evidence didn't support that claim. No knife was found at the scene, and there was no physical proof to back up his self-defense argument. The trial was a tense and emotional process. The prosecution presented a compelling case, showing that Terrell's actions were premeditated. The jury convicted him on multiple charges, and he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 24 years. While the conviction brought some closure, it could never undo the loss Amanda's family felt. The pain of losing a loved one in such a violent and senseless way will never truly heal. At the sentencing hearing, Amanda's family had the opportunity to speak in court. Her brother, overcome with emotion, spoke about the woman Amanda was strong, loving, and selfless. He shared how her death had shattered their family and how they would forever mourn the loss of someone who had been so central to their lives. Her daughter, too, addressed the court, sharing the devastating reality of growing up without her mother. The impact of Amanda's death on her family was immeasurable. She had been the glue that held them together, and now in her absence, they were left to pick up the pieces. The death of Amanda Williams sent shockwaves through the local community. Those who had known her were left in disbelief. She wasn't just a hairstylist, she was a friend, a mentor, and someone who had made an impact on everyone she met. Her loss left a hole in the community that no one could fill. Local residents organized vigils to honor her memory, and fundraisers were held to support her family. Social media exploded with messages of support and outrage, with many expressing their disbelief over how someone as kind and loving as Amanda could be taken from them so violently. It wasn't just a tragic death, it was a wake-up call about the dangers of domestic violence and the importance of looking out for the signs of abuse. Amanda's tragic death sparked a renewed conversation about domestic violence and the warning signs that often go unnoticed. Her story became a rallying cry for those advocating for victims of abuse, as people shared her story to raise awareness about the dangers of toxic, controlling relationships. Though Amanda's life was taken far too soon, her legacy lives on through the conversations her death sparked. Her family, friends, and even strangers have worked tirelessly to ensure that her story is told, not just as a tragedy, but as a catalyst for change. Domestic violence awareness has become a crucial part of the conversation, and Amanda's name continues to be used as an example of why we must stand up against abuse and support those who are suffering in silence. Amanda Williams' death was a senseless tragedy, but it also served as a reminder of the dangers of controlling, abusive relationships. While the justice system delivered a conviction, nothing can truly fill the void left by her absence. But Amanda's story is far from over. Her life continues to inspire change, with people advocating for victims of domestic violence and raising awareness about the warning signs. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, don't wait. Speak up, seek help, and take action. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that matter, and don't forget to press the bell icon for updates.